Glass wall buildings have been a convention for 100 years, but glass is obviously emotionally and architecturally important. Can you tell us a little bit about your decisions about the way glass is used in Art Condos?
Sure. We actually have quite a bit of glass in this building, but it is used in different ways. At the lower levels, the glass becomes more like sections that come out through a masonry base, whereas at the upper level it's a little bit more abstract, like a glass cube almost, sitting on above the lower, more solid base.
Can we depend on the symbolism that what is higher is more airborne, more ethereal, has more liftoff? Is that the idea?
I think that's one way of thinking about it, almost the gravity idea. I think that's one way of thinking about it. We're also thinking about it in relatively conventional urban design terms. You establish a base, you establish a context, a building context, the masonry type of context down lower, and then for the portions that come above let's say some of the scale that was here previously, it is lighter and more ethereal and more lightweight. The intention is to be more lightweight visually. Yeah.
How can you, what kind of control can you have over the amount of light pouring into a condo suite and whether people will fry themselves to death or not? I mean, is air conditioning alone enough?
We thought a lot about this. First of all, there's natural ventilation in all the units. Many of the units have very large balconies or very large sliding doors opening to the outside for the shoulder seasons that we have, the spring and fall primarily. There is an air conditioning system, of course,
yes.
But another way another consideration that we had was the nature of the blinds, the shades themselves. Some condominiums don't provide shades, but they say to the buyers, you've got to do something that's white, or you've got to do something that gets approved by the condo board or whatever. This particular case, our developer said, we're interested in performance and we're also interested in visual integrity of the concept, and so we're going to provide the blinds. And then we did some research about a type of blinds, and we've got a kind of a solar blind that actually reflects more of the heat gain during the summertime, but has a bit of an insulating quality to it too. And so there will be a little bit more visual consistency to this project, but also it'll be higher performing because of the blinds that were specified that are part of the building itself, that are integral to the building design.
The glass is very dramatic. I mean, in many cases it goes from more or less the ceiling to the floor, right?
That's correct, yeah. And that's intentional. One could argue that with floor-to-ceiling glass, you don't have as much privacy as you might have with a more standard window configuration. And so, for that reason, we have this mixture of glass and masonry down lower. When you get up above, what's basically above the 4th and 5th floors, at that point, most people aren't looking up at that level.
Privacy's not an issue.
And so you've really kind of got your own kind of prow on the view of the city, the urban panorama.
Great. Thanks, David.
You're welcome.